Okay, guys, I'm about to tell you my number one-liner. This is the phrase that I have used to literally put just thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into my pocket. This is after a seller comes back and tells me that he needs a certain number. All right, so you're actually going to see here in the lead sheet, and this is really where it comes about. If we go down into the lead sheet here, you're going to see reason, right? And the first thing is there a particular reason you're looking to sell. I want to know why he needs to sell, right? The next thing is what repairs are needed. So I want him to talk badly about his property. I want him to tell me the repairs. And if they say, I don't really know, the next question that I say in that situation, I says, well, if you were to stay in the property, Mr. Seller, what repairs would you need to be done? Do you have to update? Have the bathrooms been updated? Have the kitchen been updated? Because what happens is people feel that they have beautiful properties and everything is good, but they have to be updated. In order to get that retail value for their property, you have to have your place immaculate. It needs to be updated. Those are the only people in the marketplace that are getting these high numbers. So he's going to come back to me and he's going to say, hey, listen, I can't do that. I can't do that price, right? So I'm going to say, is there a particular reason looking to sell? He's going to tell me. I'm going to ask him his repairs. I'm going to ask him how quickly he needs to sell. I'm going to ask him his loan balance. And then when I get to the bottom section here, I'm going to say, what are you looking to sell your property for? He's going to tell me that number. I'm going to say, is that price flexible? He's going to say no. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to take this $57,000 and I'm going to say, listen, what you're telling me, and this is after he tells you what his asking price is and says that he's not flexible, all right? I'm going to say, so what you're telling me is that if I came to you with a suitcase filled with $50,000, I'm going to drop a few $1,000s off of that number that he said was firm. And I'm going to say, listen, if I could come to your house with a suitcase with $50,000, are you going to tell me no? And then as soon as he pauses, as soon as he says, well, if he doesn't come back and say no, if he doesn't say no, if he says, then I know that I have flexibility in that deal. What he has done at that point in time is he's basically laid his cards on the table. Even if I can't get him on the phone to come down a number, I'm going to send him an offer for the price that I spoke to him about on the phone. So in this case, if I was talking to a seller, I go through all the questions, and then when I get to this point, I'm going to say, so you're telling me, sir, if I came to your house with a suitcase filled with $50,000, you're going to tell me no. As soon as he barks, as soon as he pauses, as soon as he does anything besides telling me no, then immediately I turn around and say, okay, I'm going to try to get him to bring his number out. If he doesn't bring his number out, I'm still sending him a contract for $50,000 because in most cases, he has already showed his hand and he's going to accept that offer. So again, make sure you understand this one. This is my favorite one-liner. I say this pretty much on every single deal that I'm talking to a seller when I need to get him down a few $1,000s. Even when he thinks he's at the lowest point, the lowest amount that he can accept, I'm going to come back with this line right here, and almost every single time I'm able to get him down a few $1,000s. This is something that you need to understand and use. Okay, let's go to another one. A lot of my clients call my office and seem to be in similar situations to yours. So what that does is that lets them know that you've dealt with people that are in the same situation as them, and it gives them a comfortability feeling. It's kind of like going to a doctor, and when you go to a doctor and the doctor says, okay, I need to get surgery on my knee, and he says, don't worry, I've done 1,000 of these. What does that do? That makes you feel comfortable with that doctor. It's the same thing when we're dealing with these sellers. We need to let them know that we understand their situation. So that's where the first part of the sentence is. A lot of my clients, and again, I'm assuming that he's going to be my client, and when I say client, it's a homeowner. You can interact the words if you want to. A lot of my clients call my office and seem to be in the same or similar situation as yours, and I still get Christmas cards from them because I help them get their life back. And then what we're showing here is we're showing the fact that not only do we understand their situations, but we're also telling them that people like us so much that they still send us Christmas cards. So going back to the doctor example, the doctor understands their situations, and yet he was able to still now build a relationship. So not only did I help you out by buying your property, I still maintain a relationship with this seller, which also reflects the fact for him to say, wait, these guys are pretty good guys. The guy's getting Christmas cards from people. He must do a really, really good job. It's what we're doing is we're implying. And once we imply, we're programming that seller to listen to what it is we're saying, to get those feelings inside of him to say, hey, this is the right guy. This is the guy that I'm going to sell my property to. Now, guys, it doesn't work with everybody, but the more offers that you're making, the more people that you talk to, you're going to be surprised at how many people this stuff actually works with. And just kind of understand what I'm saying. Try to read behind the lines and see why these things work. And the reasons why they work is because we're programming these people. We're educating them. We're making them feel comfortable to accept our offer. So make sure you go ahead and memorize these. Let's try one more on this call. This is when somebody wants a retail value for their property, right? So I come back and I say, listen, retail sales in your area are typically on the market for 6 to 8 months. Can you wait that long? And this is when I know that the guy needs to sell. So a lot of times what happens is when I ask this question here, how quickly do you need to sell? And they tell me in a month. And then all of a sudden, when I ask them their asking price and I realize that it's more retail value, that's when I hit them up with this. I say, listen, retail sales in your area are typically on the market for 6 to 8 months. Can you wait that long? What is he going to say? He's going to say, no, I can't wait that long. And then I'm going to say, okay, well, we have a situation. You want retail value for your property, but you need to sell quick. We got to give somewhere. You got to come down on your price, or you have to decide that you need to wait that 6 to 8 months. Can you do that? And once he realizes that he can't wait that 6 to 8 months, it's going to help you get that number down. Again, guys, memorize these things so they come out clear, they come out concise, and I really know that these things are going to help you. They've done wonders for me.